So what's up, YouTube? This is a story about how the first time I overdosed on heroin, and this September will be 3 years that I have been clean off of opiates completely. And I'm just doing this not to glorify any drug usage, but to kind of document and tell my story. So anyway, the very first time I overdosed was probably one of the worst times. What happened was I was at a friend's house, and I was doing lines of heroin, and this is before I was shooting it. But anyway, I was doing lines of heroin, and he was like, "Hey man, you want a fat one?" And I was like, "Sure," you know. And I ended up nodding out on his couch, and I fell asleep on my back and aspirated my vomit. And if you don't know what that means, it's basically when you're lying on your back nodded out and you suck the vomit down back into your airways and it goes into your lungs. So what happened was the infection in my lungs spread to my blood and I became septic. So anybody knows about blood infections, that shit's serious. So I was in the ICU for like 8 or 9 days, and I literally couldn't even get out of bed. I couldn't even sit up because I was so weak. And they basically, like, one time I had to take a shit, and the nurses literally had to pick me up and put me on the toilet that was next to the bed, because they keep a toilet next to your bed in the ICU, you know what I'm saying, for that specific purpose. But yeah, they had to pick me up and put me on the toilet so I could take a shit. It's pretty fucked up. But yeah, anyway, so what happened is that I went to the regular part of the hospital, and I wanted some dope, even though they were giving me Norcos the entire time. The Norcos weren't doing shit. So I called my friend who I overdosed at his house, and I told him, I was like, "Hey man, I need a bag of dope. Like, they're not giving me nothing for the pain, and it's really rough, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm going through detox, bro. Like, help me." And he refused. He was like, "No man, you just died, you know what I'm saying, blah 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 blah," you know. And I was like, I wasn't having it, you know what I mean? I was like, yo, like, if you don't bring me a bag of dope, like, I'm gonna rip this fucking IV out of my arm and fucking go walk to the dope house. Like, I don't give a fuck. And I had a crazy reputation back then. I had a reputation for, being about that shit. And, you know what I'm saying? He believed me that I was gonna do that, because I really was. I was really that crazy back then. And, so he brought me a bag of dope in the hospital, and I did dope in the hospital 2 weeks after I just died from this shit, you know. So this shit isn't a joke, guys, you know. Addiction is fucking, I mean, dude, how crazy do you have to be to do more heroin after I just died and had a whole blood infection and all types of shit, you know what I'm saying? It's fucked up, man, you know. But anyway, yeah, I had a PICC line in my arm. I don't know, you can't really see it. I wish I could show you, but I had a PICC line in my arm that was giving me medicine like 3 or 4 times a day. And if you don't know what a PICC line is, it's basically where they stick a line inside of your artery and it goes all the way to your heart. And it was like a long fucking line that they pulled out of my arm, like when I was done getting the medicine and shit. But I was in the hospital for about a month, you know what I'm saying? And anyway, that's the story of the first time I overdosed on heroin. If you want more story videos, just comment, let me know. That's pretty much all I got.